You are listening to the Network Marketing Mindset Podcast with Deb Erickson, Episode 2, Finding the Why That Makes You Cry.
Welcome to the Network Marketing Mindset Podcast, where you'll learn how to transform your mindset and achieve massive success in your network marketing business. Here's your host, business mindset coach, Deb Erickson.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is great to have you here. We've been getting so much great feedback and so many great reviews of the podcast already. It reinforces my decision to bring you this content in this format. So thanks for engaging with us and telling us what you need and what you want. We love it. It reminds me a little bit of the past when I remember, it feels like forever. I had a radio show, and it was called Bust Your Ruts Radio. We had listeners from around the world, and it really gave me the opportunity to share with you something that you can share with your upline, downline, sidelines, crosslines, friends, and family, and really help us meet our own vision and goal, which is to really uplift and transform and empower women around the world. So thanks again for being here, and let's get started. Today we want to talk about having a weak why, a wimpy why, and how that leaves you vulnerable to fear. It can cause you to go into overwhelm and procrastination, self-sabotage. And so, the why question is something that I get all the time. How do I find my why? How do I get connected with a bigger why, a deeper why, a more powerful why? And so what I want to do today is I want to talk about first, what is it about the why that is so critical? And how do you find it? How do you keep looking for it until you have that moment where your why does make you cry or it takes your breath away? You guys got it. All right. So, in episode 1, we talked quite a bit about figuring out where your belief was, your internal I can, right? That belief in your ability. And I told you that your internal belief was 95% of the process. Well, today we're doing the other 5%. We're going to be talking, of course, about your desire. So I'm going to call this your I will. Now, the reason I'm calling it your I will is because you need to be inspired every day. You got to be motivated. You got to get up every morning and feel that commitment energy, that decision energy that you will do what it takes today. That comes from a powerful why. So let me ask you, how committed are you? Are you so committed that you are willing to do what it takes to face your fear and push past your doubts and make changes in behaviors that no longer serve you? Are you willing to invest time and energy and money, resources into elevating your game? How committed are you? You got the question? So on a scale of 1 to 10, you know the drill. 1 is low, 10 is high. When you think about your willingness to do what it takes to achieve this goal, where would you score yourself? Scale of 1 to 10. Go. All right, you got a number? So just like before, 1, 2, and 3 is the no zone, which means basically you are not committed enough. And that lack of commitment leaves you vulnerable to doubt and fear. 4, 5, and 6 means you're in the maybe zone. You might hit the goal, you might not. It's kind of hit and miss proposition. You guys got it? And so again, it leaves you frustrated because you're in that space where you really don't know why you succeed sometimes and why you don't. Now, if you gave yourself a 7 and an 8, you're in the better zone, which means you're moving in the right direction. You will succeed more often because you are more committed. You refuse to lose. However, once again, you still are in that place where there's more struggle than there should be. However, if you gave yourself a 9 or 10, you're living in the yes zone. In other words, you're going to say to me, Deb, I will do what it takes. I will face those fears. I will overcome. I will change. I will invest. I will do whatever I need to do. That's how important that goal is. Now, a lot of people I talk to say, I don't know if I have ever felt that kind of commitment, that kind of energy that says, I'm going to do what I need to do. I will never quit. I will go for it. And the reason for that usually is because you haven't dug in and either found the right what or the right why. So today we're going to play with that. We're going to decide exactly what your what is it the goal that you want to pursue, and we're going to find that why to make you cry or to take your breath away. That why that inspires you to get up early, stay up late. That why that makes you say out loud, I'll do whatever it takes. That's how important this is. So when we think about your what, the thing you want, sometimes people want what they want because the object, it's an object, it's a rank advancement, it's amount of money, it's an incentive trip, the thing they want actually inspires them. Or the feeling behind it. So do you really want to rank advance to a certain level, or is it how it will make you feel when you get there? Or is it the feeling of security that it's going to give you? You feeling that? So let me ask you the question. Do you want a what that is an object, or is it the feeling behind it? So think for just a minute. What do you want to achieve? Is it the object, the achievement, or the feeling it's going to give you? Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are obsessed around the object itself, it may end up being less motivating than if you can identify the feeling that it will give you. See, women specifically are more motivated by feelings than by the objects in general. So if it's an object, find the feeling around it and it will have more power. So when you think about the what, when you set a goal, what I usually tell people is your confidence level that you can achieve this goal should be at the beginning, when you're just setting it, like maybe a 7 or an 8. And the reason I'm saying that is I want you to set a goal that is so big that there is a little bit of doubt. There's a little uncertainty. You have that feeling like, I think I can achieve it. Not absolutely sure, but I think I can. Right? And that's about a 7 and 8. And when you set the goal, if you set it at a 7 and an 8, then you are setting a goal that is big enough that it calls to you. It inspires you. It motivates you. It's big enough to scare you a little bit. And that's a wonderful thing because it has some energy. If you set a goal and I say, how confident are you? Like, 9 or 10. I know I got this. Then that goal actually holds less passion and less power because you're absolutely certain you're going to achieve it. There's less that you have to call out of yourself in order to achieve that goal. You guys got it? So once you find a big, bright, bold, beautiful goal, that's your what, then we have to ask ourselves why. Why do I want that goal? Why do I want to achieve it? Now, here's the thing about finding your why, is that it really can be, I'm going to call it a positive or negative motivator. Here's what I mean by that. It doesn't sound, and it's not really what it sounds like. It doesn't mean it's a negative thing. It means that we are really motivated. Our motivational center in the brain is really motivated by two possibilities. One is what we call a moving away from value. So in other words, you would do anything to avoid certain things. Or the pleasure center, right, can also be activated by something you want to move towards. I would do anything to get that. So we don't know in any moment in time which of those is more highly active for us, the things we would do anything to avoid or the things we would do anything to get. I will tell you that both can be equally as motivating, and both of them can be equally as positive in your life at any point in time. So don't automatically push away that side of the brain that says, I would do anything to avoid it, because there are incredible ways that you can use your moving away from values in order to get you to your why. In fact, a lot of people come into the industry and they're broke. They're absolutely broke. They're barely making ends meet. And that energy of being terrified, I won't be able to pay the bills, and I don't want to live like this, that decision is actually a moving away from why. You guys got it? And it's incredibly motivating until the day that they hit a certain level and find comfort and ease. And then all of a sudden they realize, this is usually what they call me, and they say, Deb, I've lost my why. My original why was a moving away from. Now I have it, and I don't know what my why is. And those are the moments when I say, that's great. Now what we're going to do is find a moving towards why. So please don't have any judgment about what your why looks like. Let's just find it. So let's do that. When we find whys, we're going to use discovery questions. Okay, discovery questions. And I'm going to give you 5 powerful discovery questions to help you find your why. So here we go. I want you to hold in your mind your what. What is it you want? And as you hold that in your mind, here's your first question. It's really easy. Why do you want that? And the answer is what? It probably is something that you're going to get because you achieved that goal. What do you want? I want you to give me the answer. Why do you want it? Now let's go to our second question, because now what we're going to do is we're going to take that first answer, why do you want that, and we're going to go a little deeper. So I want you to hold that answer in your mind. I said, why do you want it? You've got an answer. I want you to hold that answer in your mind. And I'm going to ask you another question. Why would that be important? So why do you want it? And why would that be important? And now you have an answer to that. And let's go another question deep. How would that change your life? How would that change your life? And now you have an answer for that. And I'll give you the fourth question, which is, what would that mean to anybody that's important to you? Your spouse, your children, your parents, your downline, your upline, community. What would that mean to those who are important to you? And now you have an answer to that. And then the fifth question. Why must I do or have this? Why must I do or have this? So whatever that goal is, why must? We're elevating that energy. Why must you do or have this? So I'll tell you a quick story. I was working with a consultant years back, and she said, I'm in this business. I said, what do you want? She said, I want to make a little extra money. So it was a very wimpy little why. I want to make a little extra money. And I said, okay, so why do you want that? And she said, well, if we had a little extra money, it'd make things easier at home. So I went a little bit deeper. I said, well, why is it important to you to have things be a little easier at home? She said, well, it's kind of tough right now because this is my second marriage. My kids are from my first marriage. My husband gets, cranky when I want to spend money on those kids. And so if I had my own money, it would ease things a bit. And then I asked the third question. Well, how would that change your life if you had money? She said, well, I wouldn't be afraid to ask. I could easily spend money on kids and I would feel like I was taking care of them. It would feel good to me. And I asked the fourth question, right? What would that mean to the people who are important to you? She said, well, it would mean relief for my husband, and it would mean the kids wouldn't be afraid. It would mean our entire family would have a better life. It would ease all the tension. It would change all the negative energy. And then I asked the fifth question, which is, why must you do this? And she broke into tears and she said, Deb, I must make extra money because if I don't, I'm probably going to lose this marriage. Bam. We got to her why. It wasn't that she wanted to become a director so she could make a little extra money. That was wimpy. And it wasn't motivating her. And it made her vulnerable. Her weak why made her vulnerable to the fears that popped up every single day. But everything changed when she found the core why, which is, I must become a director. I must make money because if I don't, I could lose this marriage. Within 3 months, she was a director, making over $5,000 a month. She came back to me and she said, everything changed. The moment I realized how critical me achieving my goal was to me, when I realized what was at stake, She said, everything changed. I'm here to tell you that that's going to happen to you when you ask yourself the questions and go deeper to find that core meaning for you, that why that compels you. You guys got it? So let me show you visually what it looks like. Here's your tool for the day. I'm going to show you a tool. It's called contrasting hands. In your left hand, hold your left hand up. And in your left hand, I want you to hold fear. This is the fear that shows up every single day. Fear of picking up the phone, fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of success, fear of failure. All the stuff that shows up that causes you to not do what you know you need to do in order to be successful. You know what they are. I want you to hold up the fears in your left hand. And I want you to just feel, how big are they? So if 1 was low and 10 was high, how high? How much fear do you experience in your business? How much resistance? How much overwhelm? How much sabotage? How much of it? Just notice where that is, okay? And then in your right hand, you're going to hold your right hand up, and this is going to be your what and your why. What I want and why I want. And I want you to notice that if you have a wimpy little what and why, it sits very low, right? Well, I'd like to advance the rank because I'd like to make a little extra money. See how wimpy that is? Hold up your fear now in your left hand and notice that for most people, their fear is bigger than their wimpy little why. And so what happens is every single day you face the challenge of how do I deal with the big fear and this, I'm not motivated, I have no passion, nothing's driving me kind of energy. This is why. You guys see it? Visually, you can see it with your hands. Fear is high, your why is low. So what we want to do, 2 things, is we want to soften the fear, make you more confident so the fear seems less impactful. And the second thing is we want to elevate your why. We want to help you find that why that makes you cry, that takes your breath away, that creates passion and excitement and enthusiasm. Because now what's happening is your why is high, your why is sitting up here at a 9 and 10, and your fear is down here at a 1 and a 2. And so guess who wins, right? Your what and your why will win when it's big enough to pull you past your fear. Now, let me show you the last visual, and that's this. If your fear is high, but so is your why, you at least give yourself a fighting chance, moment to moment, day in and day out. You give your why a chance to overcome the fear. You guys get it? So in future podcasts, I'll tell you how to deal with that fear. But for now, we have to find a compelling why, a why that will get you up early, cause you to stay up late, work your butt off, because there is a core why sitting in your gut that is driving you forward. Your what and your why motivate you, they inspire you, they call you into your greatness. So let's check in right now. Where's your why right now? Your desire to achieve this goal, because that's your why. So on a scale of 1 to 10, has your why improved at all since we started today? Hopefully, you've moved a few points, and some of you have really shot to the top. That why is critical. That's your desire. So when we talk about your I can and your I will represents the decision that you've made to do whatever it takes because your why is that compelling. Got it? Good. Well, that's it. That's the success formula that makes the network marketing mindset work. I'm here to help you believe that you can. I want to help you know that you are enough and that you will do what it takes to achieve these goals. When you improve your I can, your I will, and your I am, what happens is you become irresistible and unstoppable. You step into the calling on your life and become the woman you were born to. Got it? Good. Thanks for sharing this time with me. I'm Deb Erickson. I'm your business mindset coach.
You've been listening to the Network Marketing Mindset Podcast with Deb Erickson. To learn more about Deb's business mindset coaching, classes, memberships, and leadership programs, visit us at ICANinstitute.com. And for free weekly tips and techniques to help you develop and grow your business, join our Facebook community today at facebook.com/groups/network marketing mindset with Deb.